I married the CEO after my fiancé cheated. I didn't catch my fiancé cheating in private. I exposed him in the one place he thought I'd never show up. And standing right beside me when everything fell apart was the man I'd later marry. Look, I'm not the kind of woman who shows up to confront people. I don't do drama. I don't make scenes. I'm the girl who plans everything 3 months in advance, who color codes her calendar, who sends thank you notes within 24 hours. My name is Claire Whitmore, and up until 6 months ago, I was supposed to be the perfect bride marrying the perfect man. Keyword, supposed to be. My fiancé's name was Dylan Prescott. Handsome in that generic way that mothers love. Good job in finance. Nice car. Knew which fork to use at fancy dinners. On paper, he was everything I should have wanted. And for 3 years, I convinced myself I did want it. We met at a charity gala. He worked for Meridian Capital, one of those investment firms with glass offices and people who say things like synergy without irony. I was there representing my marketing firm, making connections, doing the networking thing I'm actually pretty good at when I'm not overthinking it. Dylan pursued me hard. Flowers every week. Dinner reservations at places with Michelin stars. Weekend trips to Martha's Vineyard. He was attentive in that way that feels flattering until you realize it's actually about control. But I didn't see that then. I saw a man who wanted me, and after years of failed relationships and bad dates, that felt like enough. He proposed after 2 years. Rooftop restaurant. String quartet. The ring was gorgeous, 2 carats, princess cut, platinum band. I said yes because that's what you do when a good man proposes and you're 31, and your mother keeps asking when you're going to give her grandchildren. The wedding was set for June. Garden ceremony. 200 guests. I'd already chosen the flowers, tasted the cake, sent the invitations. My dress was hanging in my closet in a garment bag I wasn't allowed to open until the week before. Everything was perfect. Except it wasn't. The signs were there. I just didn't want to see them. Dylan started working late. Like, really late. Coming home after midnight, smelling like expensive perfume that wasn't mine. He was distracted during dinner, always on his phone, always texting someone he claimed was just work. My best friend Maya noticed before I did. "Girl, something's off," she said over brunch one Sunday. "He's been weird for weeks. Distant. And last night at that party. He literally walked away in the middle of your story to take a call. That's not normal. He's stressed about work," I said, defending him like I always did. "They are closing a big deal. Once it's done, things will go back to normal." Maya gave me that look. The one that says, "You know I'm right, but you're not ready to hear it. Claire, honey. I love you. But you need to pay attention. Men don't just change overnight unless something's going on." I brushed her off. Told her she was being paranoid. Told myself I was being paranoid. But then I found the receipt. It was in his jacket pocket. I wasn't snooping. I was literally taking his suit to the dry cleaner, because I'm the kind of girlfriend who does that kind of thing. The receipt was from Castelliano's, this insanely expensive Italian restaurant downtown. The kind of place Dylan always said was too pretentious when I suggested we go there. Dinner for 2. $347. On a Tuesday night 3 weeks ago, when he told me he was working late. My hand started shaking as I stared at that piece of paper. 2 appetizers. 2 entrees. 2 desserts. A bottle of wine that cost more than my monthly car payment. He'd taken someone to the restaurant he always refused to take me to. I could have confronted him right then. Could have waved that receipt in his face and demanded answers. But something stopped me. Some instinct that told me if I played this wrong, he'd just lie. He'd gaslight me. He'd make me feel crazy for even questioning him. So instead, I did what any self-respecting woman in the digital age would do. I checked his location history. Dylan and I shared locations on our phones. It was his idea, actually. Something about transparency in relationships and building trust. At the time, it seemed sweet. Now it seemed like the universe's way of handing me evidence. I went through his location data for the past 3 months. And what I found made my stomach drop. Every Tuesday and Thursday evening for the past 2 months, Dylan wasn't at his office like he claimed. He was at the Grandview Hotel. For 3 to 4 hours. Always the same pattern. Always the same location. The Grandview is a luxury hotel downtown. The kind with a rooftop bar and suites that cost $600 a night. The kind of place you go when you're trying to impress someone. Or when you're hiding something. I sat on my bathroom floor with his phone in my hand and cried for exactly 15 minutes. Then I stopped crying, washed my face, and started planning. Because here's the thing about me that Dylan never really understood. I'm good at my job because I'm strategic. I don't react emotionally. I plan. I execute. I win. And I was about to execute the most satisfying plan of my life. I spent the next week doing research. I called the Grandview pretending to be Dylan's assistant, confirming his usual Thursday reservation. The woman at the front desk was so helpful. Oh yes, Mr. Prescott's suite is all set for this Thursday at 7 p.m. Will he be needing the champagne service again? Champagne service. How romantic. I also did some digging into Meridian Capital's recent activities. Because if Dylan was going to lie about working late, I wanted to know what he was actually supposed to be doing. Turns out, Meridian was in the middle of trying to secure a massive investment from Chen Industries, one of the biggest tech conglomerates in the city. The deal was being handled personally by Alexander Chen, the CEO. 38 years old. Billionaire. Featured in Forbes' 40 Under 40 list. Known for being brilliant, ruthless, and extremely private. And as luck would have it, Chen Industries was hosting a networking reception that Thursday night. The same Thursday Dylan had his usual reservation at the Grandview. I got myself invited to that reception. Wasn't even that hard. My marketing firm had done work for one of Chen Industries' subsidiaries, and my boss was thrilled to send someone to maintain the relationship. Thursday arrived. I got ready with the same care I would have taken for my wedding day. Hair professionally styled. Makeup flawless. I wore a black dress that cost half my rent, form-fitting, elegant, the kind of dress that says I belong here without trying too hard. The reception was at Chen Industries headquarters. Sleek modern building downtown, all glass and steel and minimalist design. The kind of place where even the receptionist looks like a model. I walked in at 7:30 p.m., exactly when I knew Dylan would be checking into his hotel room with whoever she was. The reception was packed. Investors, executives, tech people talking about algorithms and market disruptions. I grabbed a glass of champagne and started working the room, making small talk, handing out business cards, playing the part one was supposed to play. And that's when I saw him. Alexander Chen. He was across the room, talking to a group of older men in suits. He was taller than I expected. Maybe 6 feet 2 inches. Dark hair, sharp features, wearing a suit that probably cost more than my car. He had this presence about him, the kind of energy that makes people gravitate toward him without him having to try. Our eyes met across the room. Just for a second. He nodded politely, the way you do when you acknowledge another guest at an event. I smiled back and turned away, my heart pounding for reasons I didn't want to examine. At 8 p.m., I excused myself from a conversation about content marketing and pulled out my phone. Time for phase 2. I texted Dylan, "Hey babe. I know you're working late, but I'm actually downtown for a work thing. Want to grab a late dinner when you're done? Maybe around 9:30. His response came 3 minutes later, "Can't tonight, sorry. This meeting is going to run really late. Maybe this weekend." Perfect. I waited until 8:30 p.m. Then I left the Chen Industries reception, walked 3 blocks to the Grandview Hotel, and took a deep breath. The lobby was exactly as pretentious as I expected. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, a piano player tinkling away in the corner. The front desk staff looked like they'd been hired by a modeling agency. I walked up to the desk with my best confident smile. "Hi, I'm supposed to meet my fiancé Dylan Prescott. I think he already checked in. I'm running a bit late." The woman at the desk typed something into her computer. "Oh yes, Mr. Prescott checked in about an hour ago. Suite 412. Would you like me to call up and let him know you're here?" "No need," I said sweetly. "I want to surprise him." She smiled and handed me a key card. "Enjoy your evening." I took the elevator to the 4th floor, my heart hammering so hard I could hear it in my ears. I wasn't scared. I was furious. And that fury was giving me clarity like I'd never experienced before. Suite 412. I stood outside the door for exactly 10 seconds. Then I used the key card. The suite was gorgeous. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. King bed with luxury linens. And on that bed, wearing nothing but hotel robes, were Dylan and a woman I'd never seen before. She was younger than me. Maybe 25. Blonde. Pretty in that Instagram influencer way. They were drinking champagne and laughing about something. They didn't even notice me at first. "Dylan," I said calmly. He nearly fell off the bed. The champagne glass went flying, spilling across the white duvet. The blonde girl screamed and grabbed a pillow to cover herself. "Claire, what? How did you?" Dylan was scrambling, trying to put sentences together, his face cycling through shock, panic, and then, weirdly, anger. "What the hell are you doing here?" "What am I doing here?" I laughed. Actually laughed. "Dylan, you're in a hotel room with another woman, and you're asking me what I'm doing here. This isn't, you don't understand." "Oh, I understand perfectly." I pulled out my phone. "I understand that you've been lying to me for months. I understand that every Tuesday and Thursday when you said you were working late, you were actually here. I understand that you took her to Castellano's, the restaurant you always said was too pretentious for us. I understand everything." The blonde girl was crying now. "I didn't know he was engaged. I swear I didn't know." I looked at her. Really looked at her. She was young and scared and probably just as much a victim of Dylan's lies as I was. "What's your name?" I asked, my voice gentler. "Jessica," she whispered. "Jessica, how long have you been seeing him?" 3 months. He told me he was single. He said he worked in finance and traveled a lot for work, which is why we could only meet certain days. She stopped, realization dawning on her face. Oh my God. He lied to me too. "Yeah," I said. "He did." Dylan was pulling on his pants now, still trying to salvage this. "Claire, please. Let me explain. This was a mistake. It meant nothing. I love you." "Stop," I said. "Just stop talking. You don't love me, Dylan. You love the idea of me. You love having a successful, pretty fiancé who plans your life and takes your suits to the dry cleaner and doesn't ask too many questions. But you don't actually love me. Because if you did, you wouldn't be here. Claire. I'm done. I pulled off my engagement ring. The 2-carat princess cut that I'd been so excited about 18 months ago. Now it just looked like a waste of money. I set it on the dresser. Keep it. Sell it. Give it to her. I don't care. But we're done. The wedding is off. And if you try to contact me again, I will make sure everyone at Meridian Capital knows exactly why. Dylan's face went pale. You wouldn't. Try me. I walked out of that hotel room with my head high and my hands steady. It wasn't until I got to the elevator that I started shaking. The doors closed and I leaned against the wall, trying to breathe. 3 years. 3 years of my life with a man who'd been lying to me. 3 years of planning a future that was never going to happen. The elevator stopped on the 3rd floor. The doors opened. Alexander Chen stepped in. We stared at each other for a moment. He was alone, tie loosened, looking like he'd just left his own event. Rough night, he asked, and there was something kind in his voice. I laughed. It came out more like a sob. You could say that. The elevator started moving again. We rode in silence for a few seconds. I'm Alexander, he said finally. I know, I said. I was at your reception earlier. I'm Claire. Claire Whitmore. The marketing consultant, he said, surprising me. You were talking to Harrison about content strategy. You had some interesting ideas about authentic brand storytelling. You were listening to that. I pay attention, he said simply. The elevator reached the lobby. The doors opened. Can I buy you a drink? Alexander asked. You look like you could use one. I should have said no. I should have gone home, changed into pajamas, and eaten ice cream while crying to Maya on the phone like a normal person. But instead, I said, yes. I really could. We ended up at a quiet bar 2 blocks from the hotel. Not fancy. Just a neighborhood place with good whiskey and dim lighting. I told him everything. I don't know why. Maybe because he was a stranger. Maybe because I was in shock. Maybe because there was something about the way he listened, really listened, that made me feel like I could trust him. So let me get this straight, Alexander said after I'd finished. Your fiancé has been cheating on you for months, and instead of confronting him privately, you tracked him down at his hotel room and ended it in front of his mistress. That's the summary, yes. He smiled. Actually smiled. That's the most badass thing I've heard all year. I laughed. Really? Most people would say I'm crazy for handling it that way. Most people are boring, he said. You were strategic. Calculated. You waited until you had all the information before you acted. That's not crazy. That's smart. We talked for hours. About business. About life. About the ridiculous pressures of trying to maintain perfect appearances. He told me about growing up in his father's shadow. About building Chen Industries from the ground up after his father's death. About the loneliness of being at the top. Everyone wants something from you when you're successful, he said. Access. Money. Connections. It's exhausting trying to figure out who actually cares about you versus who just cares about what you can do for them. Is that why you're single? I asked, the whiskey making me bolder than usual. He smiled. Who says I'm single? Forbes did. 6 months ago. America's most eligible bachelor. I read the article. You read the article about me? Professional research, I said, and he laughed. I'm single, he admitted, because I haven't met anyone who sees me as more than my net worth. And also because I work too much. My schedule would make most people run screaming. I like schedules, I said. I color code my calendar. Respect, he said, and clinked his glass against mine. At midnight, he insisted on getting me a car home. We stood outside the bar, city lights reflecting off the wet pavement from an earlier rain. Thank you, I said. For the drinks. For listening. For not thinking I'm insane. You're not insane, Alexander said. You're extraordinary. And your ex-fiancé is an idiot. The car pulled up. I started to get in, then turned back. Can I ask you something? Anything, he said. Why did you offer to buy me a drink? You don't even know me. He was quiet for a moment. Because you looked like someone who'd just burned down her entire life to stand up for herself. And I thought that deserved to be celebrated. I smiled. Good night, Alexander. Good night, Claire. I didn't expect to hear from him again. Men like Alexander Chen don't follow up with random marketing consultants they meet at bars. They have assistants. They have schedules. They have better things to do. But 3 days later, my office phone rang. Claire Whitmore's office, I answered. Is this the Claire who color codes her calendar? A familiar voice asked. I sat up straighter. Alexander. I was thinking, he said. Chen Industries is actually looking for someone to revamp our brand messaging. Someone strategic. Someone who understands authentic storytelling. Would you be interested in consulting on the project? Are you offering me a job? I'm offering you an opportunity, he said. What you do with it is up to you. I should have been suspicious. Should have questioned his motives. Should have played it safe. Instead, I said, when do we start? That was 6 months ago. The consulting project turned into a full-time position. The professional relationship turned into late nights working together. The late nights turned into dinners that had nothing to do with work. The dinners turned into weekend trips and long conversations, and realizing that I'd spent 3 years with the wrong person because I was too afraid to wait for the right one. Alexander wasn't perfect. He worked too much. He was controlling about details. He had trust issues from too many people trying to use him. But he was honest. He was present. He saw me, really saw me, in a way Dylan never had. 3 months after we started dating, Maya cornered me at brunch. Okay, I need you to explain this to me, she said. You went from engaged to a finance bro to dating a literal billionaire CEO in the span of 3 months. How? I caught Dylan cheating and happened to meet Alexander the same night, I said. It wasn't planned. Girl, that's a rom-com plot, Maya said. That's not real life. And yet, here I am. Are you happy? She asked, serious now. I thought about it. About Alexander making me laugh during budget meetings. About him remembering how I take my coffee. About the way he looked at me like I was the only person in the room. Yeah, I said. I really am. Alexander proposed 4 months later. Not at a fancy restaurant with a string quartet. In his kitchen at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, while we were both exhausted from work and eating takeout pizza straight from the box. Marry me, he said, completely out of nowhere. I stared at him. What? Marry me, he repeated. I know it's fast. I know it's crazy. But I don't want to wait. I've wasted enough time in my life on things that don't matter. You matter. This matters. So marry me. You don't even have a ring, I pointed out. I'll get you whatever ring you want. 100 rings. Just say yes. I should have thought about it more. Should have made a pro-con list. Should have consulted my color-coded calendar. Instead, I said, yes. We got married 2 months later. Small ceremony. Close friends and family only. No string quartet. No 200 guests. Just us and the people who actually mattered. My mother was scandalized that I was marrying someone I'd only known for 6 months. Maya was thrilled. Dylan apparently heard about it through mutual friends and sent me a text that just said, "Congratulations," with a period at the end. I blocked his number without responding. The wedding was perfect. Simple and honest and real. Everything my first engagement wasn't. And when Alexander kissed me at the altar, I realized something. I'd spent 3 years trying to force a life that looked perfect on the outside. But perfect on the outside means nothing if it's broken on the inside. That night at the Grandview Hotel, when I walked into that room and destroyed my engagement, I thought I was losing everything. Turns out, I was just making room for something better. Now, a year later, I'm sitting in the home office of the penthouse I share with my husband, looking out over the city, and I can't help but laugh at how everything worked out. I didn't catch my fiancé cheating in private. I exposed him in the most dramatic way possible. And standing beside me when everything fell apart was the man who would become my husband. Sometimes the worst moments of your life are just clearing the path for the best ones. Dylan taught me what I didn't want. Alexander showed me what I deserved. And that hotel room confrontation. Best decision I ever made. Because here's what I learned. Don't settle for someone who makes you feel small. Don't stay with someone who lies to your face. Don't build a life with someone who sees you as an accessory instead of a partner. Walk away. Burn it down if you have to. Trust that something better is waiting. It was for me. And the man I married. The billionaire CEO who bought me a drink when my life was falling apart. He's currently in our kitchen making breakfast, singing off-key to some song on the radio, completely unaware that he's the best thing that ever happened to me. I wouldn't change a single thing. Not the betrayal. Not the confrontation. Not the risk of saying yes to someone I barely knew. Because all of it led me here. And here is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Claude is AI and can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.